Salve a tutti ragazzi, qui è Sam e bentornati qui sul mio canale. Riprendiamo da dove eravamo rimasti ieri. Abbiamo trovato infatti un fazzoletto con le insegne, con le iniziali.
Once you have finished examining the corpse, be sure to report to Anarietta.
Informare
Her Grace, the
l'imperatrice.
Duchess. I forget myself at times.
E dobbiamo
We
scoprire
address each other by our first names in private. Never in Pomrin's presence, however. He finds such familiarity offensive.
Ho sbagliato strada. Ok. Comunque, questo nuovo luogo diciamo che è bellissimo, mi piace molto.
A watering hole for traders, smugglers,
dalle vecchie
boatmen.
ambientazioni.
But you
Qua
will
si vede
find
bene
no
il
better
fuoco.
crayfish chowder in all Tucson.
What? With no lads brave enough?
Comunque, che credi di qualcosa? Ovviamente prendere qui fa la corsa leggera d'allenamento. Così a caso. San san san.
By my troth, could that be the musty scent of fresh pate?
Naught else, Sir de Peyrac Peyren. I see time has not dulled your senses.
We would be honored if you would join us. Your companion as well.
But why do I not detect even a whiff of crayfish chowder?
No soup today, on account of there being no crayfish. I reckon you've not heard, but all I caught was a corpse. I awoke at the crack of dawn, as I do each day, but when I looked up, I beheld a blood-red sky.
This corpse is precisely why we're here. For the man whom you've invited to join you at the table was summoned from a far-off land by her gracious magnificence. He is tasked with tracking and killing the beast.
We invited two men to join us, yet since Sir de Peyrac Peyren in temperament is more akin to hare than hound, I surmise the other is the hunter. With whom do we have the pleasure?
Vediamo un po'. Vediamo, presentiamoci va.
Name's Geralt.
A humble introduction. You've clearly not tarried long with Sir de Peyrac Peyren.
Spare us the petty insults. Geralt is a master of the witchering trade. He has questions concerning the beast's last victim.
I was the one to find the corpse. The sun had just risen when I awoke, sat straight up in my bed, looked out the window, and beheld a sky red as blood.
Ask Geralt, please, or we shall be here till winter.
Questo vede sempre la stessa cosa, quindi secondo me è un indizio, vediamo.
Must have been early in the morning. Went to check your nets and then...
I stepped out of my hut and saw...
By my troth, to the point, man. You found a body ensnared in your crayfish nets. We know this already. What happened then? Did you see anyone nearby? Did you spy anything noteworthy? Anything at all?
Not a soul around, just me. As for noteworthy... well...
What did you see? But be warned, if I hear the sky was red again...
I saw a head bobbing, eyes bulging, the tongue blue and popped out. Next to it, a hand rocking upon the water.
Get a good look at the body parts?
They gave me such a fright. I bolted to town fast as my legs would take me, then returned with guardsmen who told me to keep out of their way. They had a hard haul. The parts were so tangled up in my nets, they were forced to cut them.
Quindi ancora una volta abbiamo la descrizione del mostro diversa. E vabbè, andiamo
Need
avanti.
to examine the body. Know where they took it?
They ferried it across, then loaded it on a cart and hauled it to a cellar at Corfo Bianco to keep it cool, see?
What? Why, Corvo Bianco is Baron Russell's estate. When he learns they've turned his cellar into a morgue, he'll set his hounds on them.
While you were gallivanting about the north, his vineyard was auctioned off.
Who was that? Woman who just left. Didn't see her before. Didn't notice her walk in either.
Doubtless Ninnis, the innkeep's daughter. But hold, Geralt, because this is an outrage. Russell's vineyard was auctioned off? Inconceivable.
It is no secret the Baron had gambling debts up to his ears. It finally came time to collect. His creditors auctioned off his property. The Ducal Chancellery bought it, in fact. Russell now bunks with his brother in Vicofaro.
I told Russell he'd get his comeuppance. How long can one draw on past heroics? His creditors must finally have defined that his promises meant nothing.
Such are the times. Today's knights are pale shadows of the heroes of yore.
It's true what they say. God sent the beast to punish us for straying from the old paths.
Vabbè, noi sempre più domande facciamo meglio.
So folk think the
Comunque
beast's
vedete la
divine
qualità
punishment.
dei dialoghi è
Knights have
veramente
turned
ottima.
their backs on the old customs. Where they were defenders of the duchy, they're now defenders of their own tushes.
Why, you insolent...
Let him talk.
The Duchess trades in titles, grants honors to ill-doers. We've strayed from the path of virtue, lost the gods' favor, so the gods sent retribution.
Don't listen to that nonsense, Geralt. It's rehashed street preacher codswallop.
Yes, the rebel rousers have been sprouting up like weeds lately, each offering the same bill of goods.
Vabbè, andiamo a esaminare se non ci perdiamo.
Thanks for the
di
hospitality.
pezzi che ci vuole.
Time I examined the corpse.
Corvo Bianco lies a short way from here, near the tourney grounds. Just follow the road and you'll arrive.
Not coming with? Oh yeah, duty of some sort calls.
Some sort. Her Grace bestowed a great honor on me, even before we departed for Velen. I'm to play the hare during this year's game in the palace gardens. When you see me in my costume, you will wet yourself laughing.
A little tempted to ask a few questions, but it sounds like a long, complicated story. One involving lengthy digressions into local history and tradition. So, see you later, Milton, and good luck.
Benissimo, quindi abbiamo scoperto cose in più. Segui Milton, abbiamo seguito. Ok. Vai a Corvo Bianco. Comunque, guarda. Bello sto cane. Non mi ricordo se c'erano i cani, quindi... Stavo dicendo, comunque, l'acqua è una delle cose meno riuscite di sto gioco. Sembra gelatina che si muove. Però il resto è tutto veramente grandioso. Come si faceva a chiamare il cavallo? Così. Perfetto. Rutulia per amici. Dai. Ok. Perfetto. Allora, comunque, come potete vedere, come anche la caratterizzazione del... sbagliato stato. Ok, dei personaggi, dell'ambiente di gioco, cioè, già l'ho detto, ma anche delle armature e personaggi completamente diverse, una cosa positiva, che secondo me vuol dire che ci hanno lavorato molto, e adesso mi sembra anche promettere perché c'è uno scontro, il vigneto, cioè, sono bellissimi questi luoghi.
Damn it, killer must still be here.
L'assassino deve essere ancora qui. Sacro di tutto.
In the cellar, gotta be.
Ok.
Claw wounds from 5 separate claws, spread of a small human hand.
Piccolo mano umano.
Attacker had no trouble knocking over the cart. Revermuck carried the body in this cart.
Quindi probabilmente là si trova il corpo. Chissà se all'interno c'è il mostro che è venuto a reclamare
Footprints,
qualcosa.
small bare feet, lead deeper into the cellar. Fell down the stairs, broke his neck.
C'è l'indizio lasciano pensare
Hurled against the wall with great
qualcosa
force.
simile a un ominide, cioè dice mano piccole, piedi umani, chissà. Comunque andiamo avanti. Che cazzo?
You. Saw you at the inn.
Ah, la donna.
Why'd you kill these people? Clearly wasn't for their blood.
L'anello, secondo me l'anello è importante.
We don't have to fight.
You are wrong.
Ok, io vendo di... sono troppo certo della grafica, è passato un anno ma ancora molto 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 bella.
I cannot let you leave.
Ok, usiamo probabilmente il trappola marcia. Così. Mannaggia. Andiamo dentro. Cioè, secondo me... Oh, cazzo, sta... No. Dobbiamo farli entrare qua all'interno della... l'ultima volta poi c'è bestiere giù non credo che però sia un colpevole.
Killed all these men to get to the body. What was she doing at the table, though?
Perché ti mostro, cioè tutto cambiato, vabbè non c'è un cazzo da raccogliere. No, comunque andiamo avanti, esaminiamo quel corpo, anche non sappiamo se è stato deturpato, però
Stinks.
puzza, grazie.
Waterlogged. Both hands amputated. Body was quartered just as I thought.
Ok, esaminiamo la testa.
Laid in water for some time. Head swollen, and something took a few bites out of it. Something in the throat. A pouch, bulging with coins. Nilfgaardian florins, from several different provinces. If the murderer did this, means we're dealing with a sentient thinking beast.
È una cosa importante secondo me, ragazzi, il
Body
fatto che
was
il
chopped up
borsello
after death.
essendo la
Blows
gola.
struck with great force, but bones sliced through, not crushed. Creature that killed him had long claws, sharp as a witcher's blade. First sank its claws into the victim's heart. No Bruxa did this.
Ok, quindi la
Third
colpa non
hand.
è di quella
A
donna.
spare. Except it's clearly not the victim's. Guardsmen must have not noticed it as they picked everything up. How's this possible? Still warm. Blood still flowing? Several monster species can regenerate. Never heard of that happening to their severed limbs, though. Or of their limbs seeming completely alive after so much time. Examine the tissue more closely later. Might learn something.
Benissimo, quindi concludiamo.
So, murderer was clearly a monster, but not a Bruxa. But then why'd the Bruxa come here for the severed hand? And who does the hand belong to? Why the hell's it still warm? Now, pouch shoved down the victim's throat. What's the significance? And why was he chopped up into pieces? Lots of questions, no answers so far. Need to know about the other victims. I'll ask Palmerin to get me in to see the Duchess.
Ragazzi, la storia mi sta piacendo veramente molto perché è comunque interessante qui il fatto che sto mostro che è in grado di ragionare, di saper creare più o meno un omicidio che secondo me ci lascia delle informazioni, dei simboli, comunque ci vediamo direttamente dalla duchessa. Quindi stiamo per arrivare qui al cerco per trovare la duchessa. Sai che bello sto posto, se fosse il teatro dove deve recitare un buon Palmerin. Comunque, vediamo, qua c'è un obiettivo, dovrebbe essere qui da qualche parte, eccolo qua.
Need to speak to the Duchess, urgently.
All right, you scamps. Story's done. Go find your parents.
But the Palmerin, what about the story of Rittik and the dragon?
They're tales for another time. But take a good look at the man who stands before you now. This is Geralt of Rivia, the master witcher who lent his valiant hand to the defeat of the giant Goliath.
Master Witcher, Is it true virtue always trumps villainy?
Vabbè, noi diciamo sempre così. Virtù trionfa.
Yeah, virtue always wins.
But the Black Knight, he's a villain and he wins.
The cutter of Casteldaccia, too.
Moral victory, that's what counts.
Rubbish.
Now, that will do for questions. Go find your parents. Her Enlightened Highness has doubtless arrived at the tourney grounds to watch the battle in the arena. If we hurry, we'll be in time to speak with her before the spectacle begins.
Lead the way.
Cioè, praticamente non parlo mai perché comunque è denso di dialoghi. Non c'è mai
Who's
un cazzo
fighting?
che dire.
Nilfgaardian gladiators?
Close, but not quite.
Va bene, ma
As you will
nel
soon
senso
see.
ci condurre lo spettacolo e parlare alla duchessa per la sensazione che comunque dobbiamo
Someone's
combattere
gonna
con
fight a
qualcosa,
shell
non lo
monster.
sai
Maybe
troppo.
some bells on its tail to confuse it, slow it down.
Whatever is the problem? The beast is a gift from the Emperor, no less.
Non andrebbe torturato così. Non andrebbe torturato così secondo me, perché potrebbe fare
Shouldn't
finire
torment the
male.
beast. How would you like to be dumped in an arena, blindfolded with a string of bells dangling from your ass?
Pity a monster. You, a witcher?
I slay monsters who are a threat to humans. You're out to humiliate one to entertain a crowd.
Ma
No knight
questo
will
è
gain any
proprio
glory
una
from
grande
this.
poesia di Master Geralt. Vabbè, prima di tutto vediamo chi lo affronterà,
Who's going
perché
to
sennò
fight the beast?
la vedo brutta.
Guillaume, the young man you met.
Yeah. Mentioned he'd promised his heart's capture a monster trophy.
Great love demands great sacrifices.
Mi ricorda sapere, sai,
Let's go.
ragazzi, per esempio i poemi cavaleschi dove bisogna conquistare una donna con tipo la ricerca di un assalto grave, per esempio. Le cose così a caso, ti donano un pezzo di un mostro e chiamano il passato. Che cazzo, però. La vedo brutta perché questo qua, sto poveretto, l'altra volta si è stato buscato dal gigante, adesso potrebbe finire male, però. Sti cazzi, vediamo un po' come finisce.
I dedicate my imminent victory to fair Lady Vivian.
Però, per un nobile scopo, la figa è sempre un nobile scopo.
It's begun. The fight shall have to end first. We must wait.
Got a bad feeling about this.
Non so voi, ma la sensazione è che le buscherà. Che cazzo? Adesso si è partito materico.
Damn it.
Ha perso infatti le catene, no, la busca. Madonna. Infatti.
We have to help him.
Grande Geralt, sembra un passo avanti. Cioè, bisogna vedere cosa potrebbe fargli, diciamo. Proviamo con qui scudo protettivo, ma anche il raffreddore delle cinetiche. Infatti, dai. Sì, però c'è questo scudo che lo protegge piuttosto bene. Forte sto coso. Cazzo. Guardate come modifica anche l'ambiente di combattimento. Vediamo. Proviamo con il Queen. Adesso stiamo assaggiando noi. Però dobbiamo riacquistare la vita adesso. Stiamo girando di bene perché all'inizio sembrava che doveva finire male. Probabilmente sarei morto, però poi si è accappottato dicendo che cazzo sta facendo qualcosa? Ok, si è accappottato.
The Shelma lies defeated by Geralt of Rivia, master of the witchering trade. Behold, as the last gasps of life seep from the beast.
Master Geralt, do what you must. Finish the deed!
Cioè, prima avevamo detto di no, però siccome poco fa, cioè, quel poveretto ha bisogno del come si dice, dello chef. Vabbè, non viene il nome. Cioè, bisogna dimostrare che l'ha ucciso, così ottiene l'amore di quella. Buon occhio, che è un termine siciliano per dire che è meglio così. No, non è vero, però basta. Non so come definirlo in italiano.
The lad came damned close to dying.
Fine. Not hurt at all.
Questo non è fortuna proprio.
Smile as befits a hero and keep silent. Speech clearly pains you. She approaches.
Speriamo che gliela dia dopo che si è fatto massacrare così. Quello dovrebbe essere la duchessa quella al centro.
We must talk. Vivian.
You shall talk later, in the medic's tent.
Geralt, magnificent, breathtaking.
Your Grace.
We knew that to summon you was a brilliant idea. We are delighted, ravished to have struck upon it.
And I'm truly honored.
See to our young hero. Hop, hop, for we must make off with Geralt. We should talk. We had been long awaiting your arrival, had nearly lost hope. Then suddenly, that entrance, so spectacular.
Sì, infatti, faccio volere notare che è una cosa che non ci piaceva.
Shaelmars are dangerous creatures, even to knights in full plate armor.
Nonsense. In Toussaint, knights have battled beasts for mere glory since time immemorial. True. Guillaume suffered a few bumps, scars, and bruises, but in return gained eternal glory as he who slew the monster.
What about the crowd? Say the Shaelmar had vaulted into the stands. Would have been a massacre.
Geralt, though we value your fortuitous intervention in the arena, we would remind you your services have been retained, and as shall soon become clear, you will be generously compensated for completing another task altogether.
Ok, quindi parliamo del
Your
contratto,
Grace,
perché
my
non
contract.
facciamo niente
I'd like to
gratis.
discuss it.
Naturally, but not here. We shall need Damien. He led the investigation pending your arrival. But wherever could he be? Come, we must find him.
Povera bestia là. Ci sono le dame che ci seguono. Però sti cazzi. Sembra che caricare. Madonna che palle.
Tell us, have you come alone? Or did Viscount Julian accompany you?
Wish to see Dandelion, Your Grace?
Ah, Dandelion.
Yes. I mean, no.
È un personaggio importante della...
Yes. But solely to tell him we regret.
della
Yes,
storia.
deeply
Molto
regret
simpatico,
rescinding the
devo
death
dire.
sentence we so
Poi
justly handed
praticamente
down
era sempre
upon him.
circondato da donne, quindi...
If we could turn back
perché
time,
perché
we would make
non
certain he sat
sapesse
in a tower till
che
he
Dandelion,
rotted.
che non abbia
No,
seguito
we
la
would ensure
storia.
he was broken on the
Un
wheel, then
personaggio
drawn, hanged and
simpatico.
quartered.
Probabilmente sedotto pure lei è rimasta turbata perché di solito è
the very
abituata a
man
fare
we
così
would
su una
entrust with
donna e
these
poi lasciarla.
tasks.
Un grande
Damien
caballero.
Telatour, captain of my personal guard.
Your Grace, Witcher.
Greetings.
Ok, prima di tutto informiamolo della
Sorry to
borsa.
have to tell you, but the guardsman handling the last victim's body.
I know already. The creature in the cellar of Corvo Bianco. Was it the beast?
No, a Bruxa, a kind of vampire. Not the beast, but tied to it in some way.
You know this how?
Through careful analysis of the evidence, both on the riverbank and at Corvo Bianco.
Do you mean to insinuate the investigation thus far has been sloppy?
Geralt insinuates nothing of the sort. We must listen to him attentively.
Ok, questo si parte
I examined the
però
body
troppo
of the beast's
materico,
last
non
victim.
va bene.
Might have found something, need to analyze it. A quiet place, that's what I could use most right now. And maybe the help of an alchemist or a mage. Also like to hear all you know about the previous victims. Take it Sir Delatour is my man for that.
Firstly, call me Damien, please. Secondly, you should know I spoke against summoning you here. I've heard much about you. You bring trouble, or thus far have, always. And we've enough trouble as it is. Yet we are capable of defeating the beast on our own, without an outsider's help. I've no doubt about it.
Damien, we settled the matter of the Witcher's employ some time past. Definitively. Since you have broached it nonetheless, let us discuss Geralt's pay. Are the legends true? Do Witchers usually demand that which you find at home, yet did not expect?
Non sempre, non sempre.
Not quite, Your Grace. Law of surprise, it's something we invoke at times, but rarely. Usually we just take gold.
Disappointing. This law sounds rather romantic. On the other hand, on returning to the palace, we would likely find impatient petitioners or a set of sample fabrics for a new dress. Poor rewards, both. I fear you'd not have much use for any of the surprises we are likely to come upon. Thus, we've decided you shall receive the deed to a vineyard, Corvo Bianco, and a sum of coin. You will doubtless consider this adequate. Title to the vineyard shall be given to you at once. Surely you'll need lodgings while you hunt. The coin, however, will be yours only once you have slain the beast.
Lovely, generous gesture, Your Grace. But Corvo Bianco, isn't it the Duchy's temporary morgue?
Is it now? The Chancellery's bungled things again, we fear. Not to be left unsupervised for one instant. Yet, in its mood, a morgue should present minimal problems to a Witcher. What's more, nothing enhances a wine's reputation better than a grim legend.
Thank you, Your Grace. I accept the contract, of course. But as I said before, I'll need some information.
Ok, vediamo. Facciamo le
How did it
nostre
start?
solite domande.
Who was the first victim?
Crespi was the first to die. He was famed once for his many glorious tournament victories. Then he grew old, hung up his sword, and took to winemaking.
Crespi was not loved by the wine merchants. He was ruthless in business and thought to cheat many a time. He asked us for a dispensation from all court ceremonies. We did not grant it. We could not. Once you've taken the oath of a knight, you remain a knight till death.
How'd he die? Where'd they find the body?
Quite unusual, the circumstance. He was at a feast when suddenly one of his fellow feastgoers noticed he was missing. The town watch found him an hour later. On his hands and knees, propped against the town pillory, his sword hanging from his neck. He had died of wounds inflicted with claws, not a weapon. Blows of great force.
So he died suddenly, but the body was on its knees, meaning someone posed it.
So it seems.
Quindi ogni volta sembra come se la bestia volesse essere un messaggio, un simbolo, quindi almeno questo è una mia interpretazione, però
Tell me what you know.
In the city there are certain nooks. No one reasonable ventures there after dark. Ramon Dulac's corpse was found in one such place. With the first murder, terror gripped the city. Its inhabitants grew wary, kept to safe areas. Consequently, news of the second victim came to us from a group of concerned cut-purses.
Criminals fear the beast? Telling in a way. Take it you've excluded the possibility that Ramon died at the hands of these bandits.
Do you believe me an amateur? Not hands, but claws killed Ramon Dulac. The wound was deep, clean.
His body was found in the gutter, dressed in nightshirt and cap, a pillow placed under his head, and his sword replaced by a bed warmer. Ramon Dulac, a knight who but a dozen years past was an advisor to our father, the Duke.
Someone went to a lot of trouble to make him look ridiculous. Maybe revenge was the motive.
It's not out of the question. Dulac had shady dealings with the criminal underworld, but no one ever came forth with concrete proof of any misdoings.
Comunque ragazzi, se ci avete fatto caso, erano infatti erano cavalieri non più giovani. Infatti i cavalieri che comunque si sono immischiati in affari loschi sono diventate delle persone cattive, diciamo così.
So, the first two victims were knights, best years behind them.
The same could be said of the third. Sir Delacroix was wont to claim that in modern times knights face new challenges, enterprise being the latest addition to the chivalric virtues.
He made a veritable fortune in the grain trade. Palmerin even nicknamed him Sir della Stinci.
Found a coin pouch on his body. Contained florins dating from various times, hailing from different provinces of the Empire.
Delacroix loved coin, true, but had no patience for numismatics.
Infatti, le analogie tra le vittime
Lots of
sembrano
similarities between the victims. All the bodies were found in strange places under extraordinary circumstances. Seems the murderer, whoever or whatever it is, has some meaning to convey.
These were honorable men. We are horrified by the disdain, the disrespect with which they were treated. These were knights of Toussaint. Blast it.
Might be the point. From what you say, none was a model of virtue. Ever considered that's what the beast's trying to draw attention to?
All the murdered men were knights who swore fealty to the 5 chivalric virtues. And even if the
Knights of Toussaint swear fealty to what virtues exactly?
honor, wisdom, generosity, valor and compassion.
Vabbè, perché proprio queste virtù?
5 virtues. Why are they so important to your knights?
Strange question.
Your Grace, forgive me. I'm a foreigner trying to understand another land's customs.
You are forgiven. According to legend, the virtues we cultivate were bestowed upon us by the Lady of the Lake. How we truly came to espouse them, none remember. In Toussaint, we believe men of low birth should be simple-hearted and obedient. We expect much more, however, of our knights. They are to be soldiers and courtiers, lords and servants. Thus, the need for clear moral guidelines. At the time of his dubbing, a knight vows to demonstrate throughout his life honor, wisdom, generosity, valor and compassion.
Ok, quindi focalizziamoci su questa informazione, la signora del lago, che comunque sembra essere molto importante, queste caratteristiche dei cavalieri che devono avere. Quindi la bestia infatti condanna il declino morale. Bisogna vedere perché, se è connessa comunque alla bestia del lago. La donna del
Victims were all humiliated. Might have been murdered to emphasize their lack of specific chivalric virtues.
Honor compromised by the pillory. Wisdom by ridicule. Generosity by a coin pouch shoved down a throat. It seems to fit, true, though not perfectly.
Can't discount the theory if it's on the lips of everyone in town. Say our reasoning's right. Next murder will be just as showy and denounce the victim's lack of the 4th virtue, valor. We can also assume that victim will be an elder knight.
Let's think. At the moment, all the knights are either at the tourney grounds or in the palace gardens. Our annual hare hunt shall begin there shortly. Have you heard of the custom?
Milton mentioned something. Seemed excited to prance around in a bunny costume. Not sure why. Hang on. Strange circumstances. A knight advanced in years. The famed cowardice of rabbits.
Forse
Could
sarà
it
lui
be
la
that
prossima.
simple? Is Milton de Peyrac Peyren the next victim?
Milton also knew Delacroix. Told me so down by the river.
Damien! To miss something so obvious. The Peyrac Peyren, Crespi, Delacroix, and Delac formed the knightly team. It was years ago, but...
Che infatti... Madonna, ragazzi, finalmente sta prendendo una svolta bellissima. Che significa questo gruppo?
They were close friends, tightly knit, and as such earned the trust of our father, the Duke. Diverged.
Unlikely to be a coincidence. Beast must know it too. It's a lead, I'm sure.
Ok, dobbiamo trovare
Grace, we need to find Melton immediately.
Rather problematic. You see, the garden entertainments are due to start, and he's disguised as the Hare, hiding somewhere, waiting for some tipsy courtiers to find him. The Hare's hiding place is a carefully guarded secret.
We must call off the game, at once.
First and foremost, we must remain calm. Damien, order the garden searched immediately, but discreetly. By no means can we disrupt the festivities. Panic will only incite the beast to strike sooner. And you, Witcher, follow me. My gardens, my night, I shall take the fall. A murder is out of the question. I will not allow it. Not near my palace. Horses? Ready our horses!
Va bene ragazzi, comunque per questa puntata, che comunque sarà anche questa qua XL, perché non so mai come regolarmi con i minuti e cose varie, quindi appena
Your Grace!
è rimasta in mutande. Vabbè. Ehi, qui insieme a Geralt, sempre con l'occhio da lepre, da vince, va a osservare. Effettivamente.
Your Highness, I...
Mind it doesn't get wrinkled. Onward!
Comunque, io credo per questo secondo episodio ci possiamo salutare. Ragazzi, che dire, la storia sta prendendo...
That is silk! Be careful! Give it to me!
Povero, si vuole rubare la cosa. Vabbè, questo episodio ci possiamo salutare. Spero vi sia piaciuto. Ci vediamo alla prossima puntata.